Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person you have the strongest connection to at this time. We will be looking at all three sides of this connection. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So we're looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle, really looking at what is the deeper purpose of this connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. As I do in all of my readings, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. I have a different tarot deck I'll be using for each side of this connection, and then the advice deck that I'll be closing out the reading with in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, these energies can be swapped, so the whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that's totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is for you to take what helps your personal situation, what resonates with you, leave the rest. All right, Scorpio, on your side of this connection, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse with a new romantic cycle begins. Okay, I can tell just right off the bat that I feel as if I'm speaking to two different collectives. I feel as if I'm speaking to a collective who is experiencing the beginning of a new romantic cycle, and I feel as if I'm speaking to a different collective where a new romantic cycle is needed. There's a need to close out an old cycle to step into some sort of a new beginning. In this connection, I feel as if with the Seven of Wands in reverse, it's been really difficult for you to trust yourself, to trust your feelings, trust maybe your intuition. I'm not quite sure why or where that's coming from. Maybe trust, sometimes when you're dealing with someone who kind of invalidates the way that you feel, right? You say, I have an issue in this area, or this is bothering me, and that person is like, oh, well, it doesn't make sense to me, so it must not be that big of a deal. Like things along those lines, where you're having a hard time trusting yourself. And I don't know why, because, well, it's interesting because this person, they have the answers you need are coming with the Hierophant in reverse. So this person's a little lost when it comes to what to do about this connection. I feel as if they don't have any idea how to handle this right now. And with the Hierophant in reverse, they're needing a new perspective on this. So I feel as if the new perspective would bring them the answers, but I don't know. These overall energies were pretty confusing for me when I pulled them. And then in between the connection, you have hold your vision with the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I feel, Scorpio, as if you're feeling a little bit hopeless when it comes to your love life, when it comes to maybe even this connection. But the universe is asking you to hold your vision. Hold the vision that you have for yourself when it comes to love. And then the overall theme for the reading is trust. And it says this situation is calling for you to have faith. Now, I feel as if that trust isn't necessarily just in this other person. I feel as if this trust is in you, in the universe, just believing that things are working out for your highest good in a way that you might not be able to understand yet. But there's a lot going on here. So we're going to dive on in and see, Scorpio, what you're dealing with. You have a new romantic cycle begins with the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is for Scorpio's side of this connection to the person they have the strongest connection to at this time. This is Scorpio's side of this connection to the person they have the strongest connection to at this time. This is for Scorpio's side of this connection. Clarifying a new romantic cycle begins. The Seven of Wands in reverse. Scorpio's side. Ooh. Right out of the gate, huh? Page of Wands in reverse, Six of Cups. These are two energies of inner child. Some inner child wounds are being brought to the surface in this connection. And that's why there's this new romantic cycle that's needed, because these inner child wounds have been affecting your ability to love and be loved in the way that you desire. Let me see what this is. See if I can get more on this. Page of Wands in reverse with the Six of Cups, but how? The Five of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Cups. Keeping the peace, like not speaking up for yourself or not setting boundaries or not standing up for what you need or deserve in a connection for the sake of keeping the peace. That's a big thing. And that's where this not trusting yourself comes from. It's almost as if maybe you have needs that aren't being met, or you have problems or issues, or the need to set a boundary here, but you're not, because you learned that. You learned that it's more important to kind of appease the other person than it is to stand up for yourself and what it is that you need. And that is a huge cycle in this connection. And I cannot believe that is coming out as the first message, because this isn't just your energy toward this person. This is talking about energy that you have carried with you into your relationships since you were a kid. And that Seven of Wands in reverse, that lack of trusting yourself, can also mean a lack of not setting boundaries, not standing up for yourself. And I feel as if you do that, not necessarily because it's like you don't want to be a burden, or you don't want to like cause any more issues than there already are. Interesting. Okay. Right out of the gate. So that's kind of I feel like that's kind of setting up the theme. So let's get more. Scorpio's side of the connection toward this person. Now remember, these connections do not have to be romantic. They can be platonic. They can be familial. Scorpio's side of this connection to the person. They have the strongest connection to at this time. This is Scorpio's side of this connection. Being taken for granted. That's how you feel. You feel taken for granted. You feel very taken for granted. Undervalued. Maybe even kind of used in a way. Let me get more on this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. But this is common for you. Clarifying the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's like you're tired, because you have the Sun with the Four of Swords in reverse. You're tired of being the sun all the time. You're tired of always bringing the light. Like, that's the way that I see it. You're tired of always being the one, maybe to solve problems, or you're always happy. You're always content, right? That's what you're trying to always be happy, always content, always grateful. Always there, always present for the other person. There's no issues. I'm fine. I'm good. What do you need? Oh, I'm okay. I don't need any help. Do you need any help? Like, that's kind of the energy I get. But like, meanwhile, inside your soul is like, I need help. I need support. I need love. And in this connection, there's been a lack of that. But you're not standing up for it. You're keeping quiet. You're not speaking up. You're holding back for some reason. Scorpio's side of the connection to the person they have the strongest connection to at this time. And I'm sure there's a reason. I'm not saying you're doing this for no reason. Scorpio's side of the connection to the person they have the strongest connection to at this time. Scorpio's side of the connection to the person they have the strongest connection to at this time. There you are, Queen of Cups. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Six of Cups in reverse. Is that something you want or something you're experiencing? Let me get more on this. Something... I'll clarify what I'm talking about in a second, but I want to make sure. See, the Six of Cups in reverse, something you either want or are experiencing. And there's you. What is the Six of Cups in reverse? Interesting. Five of Wands in reverse. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You definitely don't have to. Okay. So there's that 5 of Wands in reverse. This is their energy. This King of Wands is their energy. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to be a fire sign, but it's a very fiery, very intense, like, kind of energy. Very strong presence. It's kind of what I feel. Anyway, you see this person as 10 of Cups, like long-term potential significant other, or just someone that you care about very deeply and you want them to be a part of your life forever. That's essentially what I see the 10 of Cups is. It doesn't have to be romantic, even though it is literally a couple holding a baby. It doesn't have to be romantic. So you see this person as your 10 of Cups, and you've learned over time, you have gained this belief that not having needs or not speaking up or not setting boundaries makes you more valuable. So there's a part of you that holds back what it is you need or desire for the sake of the connection itself. Now, that's been a theme, I feel like, in Scorpio readings. But what ends up happening is you sacrifice your needs and your desires. You undervalue yourself, right? Because you are valuable, and you are supposed to have needs, and you're allowed to have needs, and you're allowed to have and ask for those needs to be met. But you've been undervaluing yourself by not standing up for what it is that you need and deserve, and setting boundaries in association with that. And in return, you're receiving back this energy of being undervalued. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault how things have played out in this connection, but it is a theme in your relationships. And it's coming very much to the surface through this connection. So, a new romantic cycle is beginning. That's what it feels like, because you're needing to trust. You're needing to trust that this new cycle, a new romantic cycle, needs to begin. And you need to trust that that new cycle is going to lead you closer to the love that you're truly deserving of. Scorpio's side of the connection to the person they have the strongest connection to at this time. This is Scorpio's side of this connection. See, it's interesting because you felt undervalued, right? You felt undervalued in this connection. Also, there's a fly flying around. So if you see that in the video, that's what that is. You felt undervalued in this connection, but it's almost as if you feel undervalued in this connection, but it's almost as if you presented yourself in this connection from a place of, not like you presented yourself as unvaluable, but almost as if, I don't know, there's something there about that. And something about it that stems from childhood. You had expectations. You have expectations. 10 of Cups in reverse with the High Priestess in reverse. Expectations about how you wanted this connection to go, want this connection to go. Maybe even feel you need this connection to go. And it's making it very difficult for you to listen to your higher self and making the decisions that's best for you, which could just be setting boundaries, speaking up for yourself. Having needs, like, that's a big thing that I feel is just, like, in general, allowing yourself to have needs and recognize that you're deserving of having needs and you're deserving of having those needs met. But when we want something, right, especially when we expect something to go a certain way, we do whatever we think we need to make things happen the way that we desire, instead of listening to our intuition, because boundaries are freaking hard. Boundaries are hard because you set a boundary, you have to face the potential of losing that person in your life, right? Because setting a boundary is, yes, hard, but the hardest part is standing by that boundary. And I see it all the time in connections, and I used to do it in my own connections. It'd be like, if you don't change, or if you continue to treat me this way, I'm going to walk away. Well, the same thing happens again, and I wouldn't walk away, or, the person doesn't walk away. And then that habit keeps repeating. I need to change. I swear, this is the last time. I can't do this anymore. The habit continues. The person continues to treat you a certain way. You continue not to walk away. Because if a boundary is merely an empty threat, it's not within itself a boundary. That's why boundaries are so difficult, because you have to stand by them. You have to be willing to stand by them. I'm not saying it needs to be as extreme as walking away, but being able to say, I need respect, I need reciprocation, I need effort, I need you to be open to the things that I have to say when I'm having issues. And I feel as if there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you are maybe not even worthy or deserving of that. That could absolutely be the case, but almost like you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to have needs. You're more valuable not having needs. You know, it's just be the cool guy, the cool girl who's just able to just go with the flow of anything. Oh, you're going to treat me like crap. That's fine. I'm good, you know. And I'm not saying it's that to that extent, but just like I feel like that's kind of this energy of just trying to be more valuable by not speaking up. Now, maybe you've learned that speaking up for your needs or standing up for your value only ever leads to conflict and loss or separation. And maybe there's a part of you that has learned to be afraid of doing that. And that makes a lot of sense, you know, depending on what your past relationships have been like. In particular, a relationship from childhood. Maybe a relationship with a parent, a relationship with someone who it was almost as if you were more valuable when you didn't have needs. That's what it feels like. And this is what this connection brings to the surface for you here, Scorpio. This is Scorpio's side of the connection. Scorpio's side of the connection to the person they have the strongest connection to. This is such an interesting reading. It just feels like it got really intense out of the gate. Yeah, because you're trying to manifest reciprocation from this person. That's your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is reciprocation. I feel like you don't want anything out of this person other than what you're giving. How does this all tie together, though? I guess we'll see. You just want to know that your effort is being reciprocated. That's all you want. That's literally, I feel like, Scorpio, all you want. Maybe not even just in this connection, but in your connections in general. Like, you want to be loved the way you love. You want to be respected in the way that you respect. Like, that's what you're looking for in this connection and in the connections outside of this even. Scorpio's side of the connection to the person they have the strongest connection to at this time. Scorpio's side of this connection. Whoa. There's the Hierophant. The Hierophant, you, again, is the Queen of Cups. And the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. See, this is how I feel you, like, regardless of the lack and the loss and the pain and how hard things have been for you in this connection, you keep showing up as if, like, you're unbothered. I'm good. I'm stable. I'm fine. I don't need you. But it's not that you need this person, but you do deserve to be reciprocated. It just feels as if you're acting as if you're unaffected. But you're not unaffected. You're actually hurting quite a bit. Now, this could be a past cycle for you, right? And you're having to fight repeating those habits in a new connection. That could absolutely be the case too. Well, depending, because again, this person doesn't have any idea what to do. But you're feeling this Five of Pentacles. You're feeling loss and lack in this. But you're showing up as this Queen of Pentacles. Just, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. But you're not fine, Scorpio. I mean, you're certainly not getting what you deserve out of this. That's for sure. I'm not saying you need to go and, come in guns a-blazing, spouting off all of your, like your needs, like a list of demands. That's not what I'm saying. But being able to say, I'm not getting what I need in this. And I deserve to have my needs met. I deserve to be heard and understood and valued. And understand that the people that make you feel like you're asking for too much, when you're asking for your needs to be met, or who take you speaking up about issues that you have as an attack, right? That's something I've experienced in past relationships when I'd be like, oh, this is how I feel in this connection. And the other person would be like, why are you trying to start a fight? I'm like, I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm literally just trying to explain how I feel, right? When you're dealing with people who aren't able to hear you, you stop speaking up because you go, well, there's not really a point here, right? But so much time and energy in that space of holding back your needs, keeping quiet, avoiding being honest about how you're feeling because you've kind of learned there's really no point, that's going to start to impact you, like on a soul, like on a spiritual level, because your soul can only stay in places where it's not valued for so long until it starts to it could be physical illness, mental illness. It can come out in so many different ways. Okay, interesting. So let's see. That was some intense freaking energy for this reading here, Scorpio. There's that King of Wands. So yeah, it could be dealing with fire sign. We did also see that Queen of Pentacles. So it could be dealing with an earth sign, but I'm really getting fire sign energy from this person. It doesn't have to be, but just like an intense energy. All right, this person's energy towards Scorpio. What Scorpio needs to know regarding this person's energy toward them, because they're confused. They don't know what to do. So I'm wondering, maybe you did set a boundary and it made this person go, well, I don't know what to freaking do. This person's side of the connection to Scorpio. This person's side of the connection to Scorpio. They value you, or they see you in a very good light. Like with the Empress here, I feel like they very, almost placing you on a pedestal kind of energy. Because with the Lovers in reverse, you bring out their feelings of not being lovable, not being good enough for you. They don't feel good enough for you. And so, I feel like that's why they don't reciprocate effort or energy, is because they don't, it's like their way of protecting themselves is not handling that, right? Not handling the uncomfortable feelings of feeling unlovable, feeling not good enough. Why do you have trust? This person's energy towards Scorpio, please. This person's energy towards Scorpio, please. This person's energy towards Scorpio. It's like, trust yourself. Trust what you're feeling. Trust your gut. Trust what you deserve. This person's energy towards Scorpio. They quite literally don't have any clue what to do. They don't know what to do. And you could have spelled it out for them, maybe even, and they still are like, I don't know what to do. It's like they're confused on how to invest. They don't. But it's because they need a new perspective. Yeah, it's so interesting. It's like, you could literally be like, I need you to show up for me more. And this person is like, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to do. You're like, I need you to show up for me more. And they're like, I don't know what do you want from me? You're like, I just told you. But I don't, like, playing dumb? I I'm confused. Maybe you're like, yeah, me too. Because you stopped asking for your needs to be met. That's kind of what it is. It's like, I need you to show up for me. And the other person is like, whatever, yeah. You're like, 2 weeks later, a couple months later, I need you to show up for me. I need this. Like, this is what I need in this connection. And the person's like, yeah, okay, whatever, brushes it off. And that goes on and on and on forever until eventually you stop asking. And maybe you start distancing yourself, or it starts coming out in other ways, or and then this person is like, what do you want from me? Like, and you're like, I have been telling you for so long. And then it's like they didn't get it until you stopped telling them or something. I don't know. You hear it all the time, how, and usually it's spoken about in the form of like female or women and men relationships, how like the woman tells their significant other over and over again, this is what I need, this is what I'm requiring, this is what I'm asking of you, this is how I feel, this is blah, 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 blah. And the guy kind of just brushes it off and is like, yeah, whatever. And then the woman ends up leaving, and the guy's like, I didn't see this coming. And I had no idea. I didn't see this coming. And it's like, but she told you it was coming the whole time, right? Like, and I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but it's kind of like it's getting to that point where you're obviously not happy with how things are. But you've also gotten to this place where you're like, I don't see a point in speaking up anymore, because speaking up has only led to either conflict or, yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, and now this person is like confused, like they don't know what to do, even though you've been telling them what to do. It's interesting. This person's energy towards Scorpio, because all you want is effort. All you want is reciprocation, right? That's all you're asking for, is reciprocation. And this person's like, what do you want from me? Reciprocation. This person's energy towards Scorpio. But the problem is, because they value you, right? But it's almost as if, because they don't feel lovable themselves, they already don't feel good enough for this connection, it's almost as if they're proving themselves right. It's like they're proving the fact that they don't feel good enough for the connection, they're proving themselves right. So at the end of the day, they can go, see, I knew I wasn't good enough for that person. Now, I'm not saying this is a conscious process that's taking place, right? But that's kind of how self-sabotage works. This person's energy towards Scorpio. This person's energy towards Scorpio, please. Oh, okay. They're very withdrawn from this connection. Not present, it's like they're not, it literally feels like they're not even trying. But it's so interesting because they see you in a very positive light, but it just feels like they're not even trying. I don't get it. I don't understand, Scorpio. I am confused. That is for sure. Because you've obviously been trying a lot. But you're feeling super undervalued, super underappreciated. It feels like they're not even trying, but it's like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to give this person the benefit of the doubt. It feels like a very innocent energy. It does. It doesn't feel like this person is intentionally trying to hurt you or trying to undervalue you or trying to treat you poorly. It feels as if they're either emotionally immature or emotionally unavailable and they don't know how to handle this. Like, that's why I feel, in order for them to know what to do, there's a new perspective that's needed on this connection. This person's energy towards Scorpio? This person's energy towards Scorpio, please. There they are. Well, or the King of Swords. What? King of Swords, King of Wands. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, hang on. What is this say? Give me just a second. I mean, you could be dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But at that point, we've seen all four signs, so you know who you're dealing with. But this is like, this is how I feel. Like, you were showing up as the Queen of Cups. They're showing up as the King of Wands. Like, this is their energy. So I'm trying to figure out who the heck this is. And then how this is the... So I want to clarify this King of Swords. Clarifying this King of Swords. Clarifying this King of Swords. Okay, we just saw the Hangman in reverse. What is this saying? Oh, and there's the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Remember, you're trying, all you want is the Six of Pentacles. All you want is reciprocated effort. They're in their energy, they have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. They're not reciprocating. But it almost feels intentional. Like, I am so confused by this energy. It's like a complete lack of effort, even though they see you as this Empress and they see you as someone they really value. There's just this complete lack of effort. They're not reciprocating, because it feels like with the King of Swords, like they're trying to appear more cold and indifferent than they really are to this. Why though? They're withdrawing, they're not trying. I can only imagine, Scorpio, how frustrating this energy is to deal with, because I'm frustrated just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So let me get more. What is this person? So this is this person's energy towards Scorpio. Can I know why this person is acting this way? This person's energy towards Scorpio. This person's energy towards Scorpio. Why is this person acting this way? They expect to get their heart broken, so in their head, it just makes sense if they just break their own heart first. That's what I was saying. It's almost as like they don't feel good enough or lovable. And them just literally not trying is their way of proving that to themselves. Now remember, 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way that we interact with our reality is conscious. And our perspective is everything, right? How we perceive our reality is going to completely determine the outcome of our reality. And if we see our reality from this place of feeling unlovable and not good enough for whoever it is that we're dealing with, and that, we already expect, I'm not good enough, or I'm not, lovable, this person is never going to love me, and almost like expect that, if that's a belief system you have, you're going to act from that place. And so that's why it's so interesting, is it's not that this person doesn't want this to work or doesn't value you. It's that this is their way of somehow proving to themselves that they're not good enough for you. It's easier to get your heart broken if you're the one who does it to yourself, right? Because if this person was vulnerable and they open up and they tried, despite the fact that they felt unlovable and not good enough, that opens them up for a whole nother level of pain, right? Pain within a controlled environment is always easier to handle, especially if you're the one creating it. And so that's what's so interesting is you've asked for what it is that you've wanted, or maybe you haven't. Maybe that, that could be, but that's not what it feels like, because it feels like you don't trust yourself. But yeah, it's not that this person doesn't value you. It's that this is how they maintain their control. So in order for them to know what to do, and in order for them to know what to do, they've got to create a whole new perspective on this. Because this feeling of not being good enough for love, or the love that they desire, yet seeking it out anyway and then sabotaging it, is exactly how hurt people hurt people. And that's 100% what's going on in this. They lack the confidence with the Strength in reverse, with the Seven of Cups, and then the Three of Swords here. It's almost as if, like, they're overwhelmed with the way that they feel about this connection, the opportunity that has been given to them in this connection to love and be loved in the way that they desire. And they don't know how to handle that. And so they're, just break my own heart. It's easier. Let me just break my own heart. Pisces had a similar reading. In fact, I'm pretty sure the title of their reading was they broke their own heart in this connection. So, yeah. Interesting stuff, Scorpio. Interesting stuff. Now, here's something you need to know. You cannot control what this person does. You cannot force this person to see these things about themselves, right? That has to be something that this person is willing to see and willing to make changes on. And it's not just about what they do, it's about what they believe, right? Facing those feelings of not being good enough, facing those feelings of not being lovable, and working through them, and learning how to communicate and be honest and be vulnerable and trust. Both people here don't trust. I mean, this person doesn't trust you, not because you've necessarily even given them a reason to. They just don't trust you. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust that they're lovable. They're going to project that. I'm not trusting you. Now, you don't trust yourself either. You don't trust that you are deserving of having your needs met. And this person is bringing that out of you. So interesting how this is coming through. Okay, this person's energy toward Scorpio. It feels like they're just straight up, it's like they don't know what to do. They don't feel lovable, so they don't know what to do, so they're just like not even trying. This person's energy towards Scorpio. And that's making you feel freaking hopeless, because you're like, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying. But you can't pull it out of this person. This person's energy towards Scorpio. They've got healing to do. And that's going to take it. Okay, so there you are, Queen of Cups with the Star and the Three of Pentacles. In order for things to come together with you in a healthy way, they've got healing to do, and that is going to require accountability. And I almost feel as if this person struggles with accountability a little bit. Maybe being able to say, yeah, I sabotage, or yeah, I don't try because it's easier than trying and messing up, or whatever the case is. But this is such a reflection of an inner child wound for you, too, right? We started the reading with that. Sorry, I'm coming back to that now. So it's almost as if them not trying makes you feel as if you're asking for too much or something. You're not. You might be asking the wrong person. I'm not saying you are, but you might be. But you're not. You're never asking for too much if you are asking for your needs to be met. Ever, 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 ever. You're allowed to be picky. Now, I'm not saying picky in terms of I need you to look this way and dress this way and have this much money. That's not what I mean. I mean picky in terms of I deserve to be respected. I deserve to have my boundaries respected. I deserve to be valued. You know, those are the things that you should absolutely be picky about. I'm sorry, I can't figure out which one I wanted to take. And then I took that 3 times. Okay. Long reading. That took a little bit to decode here, Scorpio. No wonder this person, they're frustrated. They're hurting, and they're allowing that hurt to dictate their movement, choices, and decisions, and that's not your burden. But we're going to hop on over to the extended. You have Hold Your Vision with the 8 of Cups in reverse. I'm going to pull 9 different messages looking at the deeper purpose of this connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. And then I have an advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, Scorpio, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Scorpio, I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Scorpio.